All right, guess what time it is?
What?
It is time once again to spin the wheel of problematic. Why do we do this, Nate? Why do we do this?
Why do we do this?
Yeah.
Well, we have to see what topic the magic wheel is determining to be problematic.
Exactly. That's why we do it. So I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a big spin, and we will see what topic is problematic this week.
Go for it.
All right, and looks like it landed on tater tots.
Ooh.
Wow. Did not see that coming. All right, tater tots it is. Tater tots are problematic.
Mm-hmm.
Prophecy foretells of a podcast so stunning, so brave, that it could only ever go by one name. A show so woke that it became its own gender. A show so hot that we'll understand if it turns you gay. You're listening to Stunning and Brave with Chris Cowan and Nate Henderson.
Hey, welcome once again to another edition of Stunning and Brave. I am Chris Cowan, and with me here in the studio is the handsome, the boner Nate Henderson. Is that not how it's pronounced?
You forgot the word inducing.
Deboner inducing.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nate Henderson.
Wow, that's a way to start.
That's a way to introduce myself. That's how I introduced myself to my wife. So it's
deboner inducing.
It worked.
That is the way to catch the women.
It worked out
tell
great.
Them how attracted to you men are.
She was super impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, it's great to actually. It's great to be with you in studio. We're recording in person here.
It's fantastic.
It's always a privilege.
Always a privilege. And yet I still have separate cameras for each of us to.
Well,
so there's like literally no point.
Yeah. Speaking of privilege,
and we're watching each other in these screens because I have like this big monitor in front of me.
Great.
And then you have like this little screen showing you what's happening.
So we're like any modern day friendship, really, where the people are hanging out in the room but looking at phones the entire time.
Still looking at screens.
Yep.
The whole time. Yeah.
Yep.
See, I tried to I tried to set up some lighting for you because I noticed that I've got this natural glow that I just have.
Oh my gosh!
From this screen in front of me,
I suddenly feel nauseous.
And so I have like some lighting set up in the office here for you in the studio. I mean,
no, it's great. This giant pop filter really casts a shadow all over my face.
Really fortunate shadow.
Yeah, that's
for those of you
great.
who are watching the YouTube. Those of you who are just listening to the audio podcast couldn't give two craps.
Yeah,
but
no, you should be in charge of lighting for the next Asylum video.
Well, it looked good until I don't know what happened. Oh, you raised the
you
pop
asked
filter.
me to move the. Okay, look. So it's either my audience sees my charming face, or I have good lighting, but I can't.
But it
have
literally
both.
looks like the shadow is hitting you.
Yes, that's why I get to do an evil face. Just
the shadow looks like it's giving you look like you have a black eye. Like you look like you had a rough day.
Maybe I did, and maybe I don't want to talk about it.
Maybe that'll be in your privilege update. But is there anything we can do about that shadow?
Geez, I don't know, man. Can I adjust the? I don't know if I can even touch this thing.
Go like a little lower or anything. I just
pop filter go a little lower.
I don't know. I mean,
there.
Try not.
Now it looks like I'm growing a beard.
It's better though. At least you don't have a black eye.
I've got 5 o'clock shadow.
At least you don't look like you
fair enough.
got mugged. You can remove the pop filter and just don't say anything with a P in it, and we'll be
okay. I'll try to think real hard about the words coming out of my mouth for the next hour. That'll be great.
That's kind of what we're supposed to be.
That's what I'm hoping is that this podcast will be a chore.
Yes. All right. Well, we like to start off each segment or each episode with a segment. I'm really good at the words. Here we go.
You're so good.
Check your privilege.
All right. This is the part of the show where we basically, as two heterosexual cisgender white males, we are oozing with privilege. And as a result,
might want to get that checked out.
We have to confess our privilege. We have to acknowledge it and confess it and feel bad about it.
Very true.
And as I always like to point out, it's a little bit like Christianity, where like, oh, you feel bad about something, you confess it, except where we kind of part ways a little bit is Christianity. There's forgiveness, but with privilege, there's no forgiveness. There's only guilt. There's only shame, and there's only wallowing and pleading and attempting to garner any kind of. Basically, you try to deprivilegize yourself as much as possible, but I mean, when you're
Doesn't
white,
matter.
hetero, and cis, and refuse to become transgender, then there aren't really a lot of options.
Yep.
So
We're at the top of feeling guilty.
I know, but here's the good news: at any time, we can switch just like that.
That's true.
By identifying as women, and immediately.
Dude,
Will
is
be
that been the
celebrated.
solution this entire time?
Yeah, that is actually.
Crap,
So
I didn't even think that's amazing.
we can even enter women's sports.
Okay.
We can enter women's bathrooms. Like so much.
Okay.
It's weird
So-
that actually it feels kind of like you get privilege when you become a woman after being a man for so long, because all of a sudden, like, men have always wanted to go into women's locker
Right.
rooms.
And now this is your ticket.
Yeah.
This is the golden ticket
So-
that Charlie Buckets
Yeah.
takes into the bathroom. That perv. No,
there
I
you
said
go.
okay. So what you're basically saying is, if this privilege check, if it gets me feeling too bad about myself, then I can just like
Yeah,
on the spot just say
Yeah.
I'm a woman. Whoo!
yeah, you can do that.
Oh,
And
that's
then-
great. I'm so glad I have an out.
Clean
this is
slate,
awesome.
bro.
Just clean
Yeah.
slate. All
Yeah.
right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I was hoping I could be absolved somehow.
Yeah. Well, now you know the trick.
Now I know.
Now you know the trick, and you'll even probably like become an honorary general, just in the president's cabinet if you need to. So
Honorary general.
it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
some cabinet position.
But we do like to start off with the confession with the privilege check. So I'll go ahead and I'll kick this off.
Yeah, please.
So it's another kid one, I know, but it's
Hey,
just
you know what? Kids are our lives right now.
being
That's
a parent is
basically it.
it's a privilege. So I have a 10-year-old son, Connor. He's always looking to experiment and try new things, and he has a cookbook. And so last night he was just kind of looking through the cookbook.
I thought for a sec you meant he wrote a cookbook. Like,
No.
he has a cookbook. It's been published, and for some reason I was not surprised by that at all. Like, we went to some publication houses, and he's all set.
It would probably his cookbook, if he wrote a cookbook, it would probably be like how to melt a gummy worm and like a gummy bear and like weld them together.
Dude, you laugh. That would sell like hotcakes. Like,
Yeah.
if
Dang,
you-
I should write that. We should do that.
You should totally do that. We always joke around like, oh, wouldn't it be funny? It's like,
Yeah.
no, dude, you like in a world like this, you could sell that.
Yeah, that's the difference between us and successful people. It's
Right.
Like we toss around these ideas.
We toss
and we're
around
like,
about
oh
it.
man, wouldn't that be great?
Lots of light bulbs going on,
Yeah.
and then immediately going off and not following through. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty much what this is.
I better get on it before one
Yeah.
of our millions of listeners tries to
Right.
steal that idea.
Yeah, you better patent that, man.
It'll be an entire cookbook devoted to things you can do with gummy bears, and it'll be amazing. Or Takis.
Cooking with Connor.
It would actually probably be like Takis, because he is obsessed with Takis and loves trying like all the different kinds of Takis
Oh.
and like doing experiments with those.
My son's pretty obsessed with those too. I don't ever get the appeal, but
it's
whatever.
like
I mean,
Doritos
it's-
but spicy. I don't know. Really, yeah,
All right,
it's good.
that's cool.
He does this thing where he like soaks a bunch of he buys a jar of pickles
Oh, so he's doing full experimentation. He's
And-
doing
and he soaks a bunch of Takis
naturally.
in the pickle juice. And the idea is the pickles will then absorb the Taki flavor, and you'll have
Dang.
like these spicy Taki pickles.
Did it work?
It was kind of like
All right, so he's
pickle
got
with like
yeah.
I mean pickle is such a strong
he's
flavor
got
already.
he's got to mess with the formula a little
Yeah,
bit,
you
but
need
he's
to, like,
on to something.
Really concentrate the Taki in there. It needs to be way more than I think he did, because it just kind of tasted like pickle with like maybe a hint of
Father,
Taki.
get me a Costco-sized bag of Takis.
Like it might as well have been like dipped in Takis LaCroix, because it was really just like a hint of Takis. It wasn't like.
I have no doubt that sparkling configuration is out there somewhere.
See, somebody should come up with Takis.
Dude.
Sparkling
Here,
water. Why not us?
We've got multi-million-dollar ideas
we're just spitting ideas.
Flying right past us.
We are total entrepreneurs.
I take notes, but I don't have anything to write with. Sorry.
You only have like 3 screens in front.
Right, exactly. In a Word doc,
Yeah. So anyway, he's got this cookbook that he didn't write, but it's for.
But he likes it.
Supposedly, it's for easy things for kids to make, but they all absolutely require adult help.
Oh yeah.
Like one of them was like candy coated grapes, where he's literally supposed to like create like this caramel candy stuff on the like stove.
I was gonna say, man, that's like super involved. Like you
And
gotta
then, like,
you gotta heat it up just right,
yeah.
and then you have to pray that some of it doesn't land on your skin,
Right.
and just sear the living daylights out of it. Like
he
did
learned that lesson.
Did he get himself good?
He learned that lesson. He found out that hot sugar is really hot.
Man.
And like it was a total fail, because it was just like you have to like get it to just the right, simmering caramel stuff, and then you're supposed to like somehow like dip the grape into the candy coating.
Oh my gosh.
While you still can.
Oh yeah. Well, it's still.
And then, but like if you wait like 2 seconds,
it hasn't crystallized.
It solidifies.
Yet. Yeah, sure.
And it's impossible to
so you have to
clean
keep
off
it.
of anything.
You almost kind of have to keep like this little fondue burner just to keep it going.
Yeah. So he got like 1 grape successfully dipped.
Oh my
and it
gosh.
wasn't even. He was like, it wasn't even good.
It is remarkable how hot sugar burns.
Yeah.
like anytime you guys like go to like a candy shop or something and see all these like twisted sugar creations, just know that they lost a few good people making that batch, because it is.
The Candyman gave his life for that.
The Candyman gave his life for you, so that you could get cavities and get fatter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he likes it. I mean, he likes the.
Yeah.
What like so he's just starting out basically, like as far as his cooking thing.
Well, so last night he was like kind of flipping through the book, and there's some weird stuff in there, because it's like supposed to be like kid friendly stuff, and so there's like spaghetti fries, where you like fry spaghetti and make it solid, and then I don't know. It
Spaghetti
was weird.
Okay, I'm listening. I can't
stuff.
say I'm instantly rejecting the idea.
It seemed like somebody at some point was like, okay, I have like some old stale spaghetti. What am I gonna do with it?
It's spaghetti fries, obviously.
Yeah, obviously spaghetti fries.
Yeah.
But then he came across coconut chicken strips.
Hello.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's something that if he gets it right, the whole family can enjoy.
Yeah. So he's it's pretty cute. He's like, okay, I want to make this. I've got the list of things. Here's the ingredients. So we went to the store together and got all the stuff. Turns out, freaking coconut oil, that stuff is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man. I'm like, bro, you better appreciate how much I love you.
Right?
Because you $16 for this jar of coconut grease that we're going to like use one time.
Paste.
Yeah. We're literally probably using like a couple tablespoons of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then
then I guarantee you, dude, it's just gonna shit. Hello.
Oh,
Hey, whoa.
Hey.
What I was gonna say is you could use them. You could use them with shiitake mushrooms.
Yes.
And it's going to sit on the. It's gonna sit on the shelf.
Wow.
And never be used again.
Yeah.
Sorry, Freudian slip.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what happened. I got a small barrel of coconut oil from a club store, and I think we used it to like make some keto cookies or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been in our cupboard for a long time.
Yeah.
Like we haven't even put a dent in it, and
Yeah.
I'm sure I paid a fortune for it at the beginning.
Which is a shame because I freaking love anything with coconut in it.
Oh, yeah.
Which I realize is controversial, but
Then you
it's
just
true.
then you found out the recipe was just stuffing a chicken tenderloin into an almond joy, and that was about as
just melt an almond joy
on
some
top of
raw
the chicken.
and
You laugh. I would try that. I would
on some raw chicken.
Well, not raw, if it was cooked. Let's
Yeah.
not be crazy.
So anyway, so we got all the supplies and he made it with some help from my wife, obviously. And they turned out pretty freaking good.
Dude, that's great.
So we had coconut chicken strips.
Way to go, Connor.
Having kids comes with real benefits as they get older and start exploring stuff, exploring their interests.
Food creations that you yourself can have some of.
Yes, you can make this every day for the rest of my life because coconut chicken is
Connor,
awesome.
where are my chicken strips, buddy?
And then we have
It's like 7:30. I'm getting hungry.
we buy from, you can get them in stores now, like a bottle of Chick-Fil-A sauce. We have that on hand.
That's next level.
At all times. And that did not hurt either. There you go.
You could put Chick-fil-A sauce on a shoe and it would be somewhat enjoyable.
I've literally, as I'm like, because I'm like trying to like reduce carbs as always. Doing wonderful at that. Only had like 6 beers over yesterday. So
beers don't have any carbs.
No. I've actually taken to, as a snack, I'll just do some freaking like actually I don't even know if carrots are carrots even low carb. I have no
they're not really.
They're not. They've got sugar in them. Whatever. They're healthy.
They're veggies. They're veggies.
Yeah, they're veggies, so I don't even count. If it's
what
vegetables, I don't even
want?
count it as like carbs.
Potatoes, whatever.
Because I'm like, nobody ever got fat eating a carrot. And I'm not doing like actual keto. Like I'm not trying to like get my body into ketosis. I'm just trying to anyway.
You just want some flipping carrots, and there's nothing wrong
what
with
I
that.
should say is I'm trying to eat healthier and not have as much crap.
Okay,
and so I have taken to freaking carrots and Chick-fil-A sauce, dude.
What?
Yes.
Okay, look, I hate to tell you this, but that Chick-fil-A sauce, like, forget the carrots.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The Chick-fil-A sauce is going to add more carbs and sugar
no carbs.
anything else in your diet.
No carbs.
Bull crap.
I looked it up.
Bull
I'm looking it
crap
up right
now. If it has sugar, it has carbs.
Okay, I looked it up.
So do not even...
Chick-fil-A
I don't believe that for a second.
Sauce, nutrition, info. All right, let's take a look.
Yeah, was it presented by like some rando site, just Nutrifacts or something? Somebody's like, did you go to the Wikipedia of ingredient pages?
What?
And look up, dude.
I swear,
Dude,
when I looked at the serving size, when I looked at the serving
carbs.
When I looked
this is
on the
fantastic,
actual bottle, whatever the
see,
serving recommendation was.
That bottle's flat out lying to you, friend.
It was not 0 carbs, but it was low carb on the like serving size of the bottle. I swear.
No, I'm sure.
Okay, now I'm like going to the actual. Okay,
you're like, dear God, my entire week's been nothing but carbs.
Here we go. I swear, we looked at it and it was. What the flip, dude?
gosh.
I swear. I looked at the information and it said no carbs. And it's freaking loaded with
I don't
carbs.
get why I'm not making any progress.
I swear.
We
I
ate
am like
nothing but meats the entire week, smothered in frosting.
This is like freaking Mandela effect or something. I swear. I saw that there's no carbs.
Oh, this is delightful.
Or maybe it was my wife told me there was no carbs.
This is delightful.
She was like, "Oh, it's low carb."
Your
like,
wife's
That's impossible.
Your wife is hilarious because she will claim the no carb thing. It's just be like, and I just ate a giant bowl of berries, and it's like, okay, well, there's a lot of natural sugars in that, Esther. But but that's okay. That's okay. It's
okay, well, that's why I at least don't actually claim.
No, hey, you know what?
Keto.
I'm sure everything else you consumed, aside from the smothering of sauce, carb friendly. So don't worry, but don't beat yourself up. And that's just another reason why we have to grab a beer after this, because you've already done enough damage this week. You might as well finish strong. Like, you might as well.
Well, now I'm like questioning everything because
Cowan
is all like,
whiskey
has no carbs in it. I'm like, that's impossible. Whiskey, alcohol is a sugar.
Turns to sugars.
Of course it has carbs. There's no way whiskey is keto friendly. And she last night
Maybe
was
she
like,
desperately wants it to be. I don't know. Cowan's now going to spend the next 30 minutes of the podcast
I'm literally
looking
just
up
be Googling
everything he's ingested,
yeah.
and we get to watch and hear his reaction to each and every one.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be real good listening, folks.
Hey,
Sit
this
tight.
says, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go. You ready?
Oh dear.
There are about 105 calories and 0 grams of carbohydrates in a single shot of whiskey.
Okay, well, see, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I mean, it seems like that's gonna turn into carbs.
I think
right?
I think it converts to something, even though the alcohol itself. I don't know. I'm not a chemist. I dropped out of chemistry in college. I'm not the man to ask.
Now I'm gonna have to I need to go back because I swear there was a bunch of things.
You're gonna backtrack.
I was just kind of taking it for granted.
Cowan has his night planned after this.
I was literally just chugging spoonfuls of Chick-Fil-A sauce.
This is great, babe. We can just make this a meal.
Man, this whole time I was putting that Chick-fil-A sauce on my juicy double bunned burger. I was
double bunned burger.
I was assuming that it was low carb, and now I just don't even know what to think.
Oh, you're like those people that order a Diet Coke with your combo meal.
I totally am.
But we all are. We all are. Come on.
Wow, I'm a mess right now.
Don't be. Hey, I'll talk about my privilege.
Okay,
how does that sound?
We'll
transition to the my privilege is that I don't have a privilege. No, so my son went off to science camp this week. He is currently at science camp.
Okay.
Which is
you're just trying to indoctrinate him. He's gonna
get
all that be taught that vaccines are good and
no, that's what,
climate change is real, and
we felt that there should be
came from monkeys.
We felt there should be a balance in our family of viewpoints.
Okay.
So that's why we kind of sent him off with a bunch of progressives.
Telling the earth is round and crap like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So we sent him off with those guys, and we figure it's going to make for interesting discussions when he comes back. No, it's like a science camp thing. It's on the coast, so he gets kind of like a vacation field trip in a sense.
Nice.
No, so they were showing pictures of like the parents, the chaperones are taking pictures and posting them online. And I was like, oh, that must be pretty cool. Like there's this place where you can they have I'm gonna butcher the name. Sea anemones. See, I'm like that fish on Finding Nemo. Anemone. Thank you. But they have those in a tank that kids can It's like a petting pool or something. But I was like, oh, cool. I want to see the pictures. And a bunch of pictures just had them sitting in this classroom setting, looking at this slideshow on the wall that just had information on it, and you could tell there was a before and after sort of picture taken. The first picture,
right,
they were enthusiastically raising their hands, and there's this older guy there, there's an older guy, looks like a dead ringer for Wilford Brimley, and so he's probably talking about science and something exciting. And so the first picture they're enthusiastic, and then you can tell the second picture, man, was probably after a 20 minute just slides. Lecture. This same slides on the wall with information, and every kid is in their chair just slumped over, just leaning against, propping their head up with their hand, just praying they were anywhere else but there. It's come on, Wilford, you gotta spice these things up. You're dealing with 7th and 6th graders here. That you gotta. But no, it's I don't know. Did you ever go to like summer camps as a kid?
I went to summer camps, but hold on, I
Like
was going to make a joke.
with you. Oh, I'm sorry. Back up.
Okay, so that whole aquatic anemones exhibit was not great.
Okay,
anyways, the joke I was gonna make is with anemones like that, who needs friends? Okay, anyway, yes, I did.
I hate you so much. It is like so much the hatred.
I'm sorry, I'm a dad, so I have to
That's
make that
true.
joke.
You have
if
to-
it
you have to
pops
make
into
that
my head,
joke.
I have.
Yeah.
It's not a controllable.
No, it's okay. All right.
It's
I understand.
It's like turrets, but with jokes.
So with you being the homeschooled kid,
Oh yeah.
you had lots of opportunities to go to a summer camp though?
No,
or?
we didn't go to some ungodly.
No, I'm not.
atheist science camp that was going to try to teach us the world wasn't flat and all that crap. But
I don't mean just going camping with your family. I mean like you went with a group of.
we went to
kids
homeschool camp.
To what the heck is
My
homeschool
older
camp?
brother was the counselor.
God. Did your parents set up a teepee in the backyard?
Yeah.
You guys got to put on war paint?
No, I went to a couple camps. I actually went to. I got bullied actually at the first camp I went to.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
that sucks.
It was my bullying experience. So,
that
but it made me the man I am today.
Oh,
Cowardly and afraid of everything.
boy, that explains a whole lot.
No,
actually.
it was a horse camp, which was pretty cool. Got to
horse camp.
ride horses and learn how to ride horses and stuff. But for some reason, like half the kids in my cabin decided I was an easy target, and
oh
so
my
like,
gosh, man,
they were just like absolute little a-holes to me.
They tied you to the back of a horse and just get here.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I remember at one point I
man.
like got kicked and stuff like while we were waiting in line for the cafeteria food or something. Like somebody cut in line in front of me, and then like started kicking me. And he was like a little
just
guy
a little
too.
twerp. Well, that's
So it
why
didn't, like,
he had like full blown Napoleon complex. It sounds like
yeah, I
those,
think so.
Those little guys, man, those short guys, they've got themselves a temper. They feel like they have to just come into a room and prove themselves.
Yeah, and I was a pretty shy kid at the time, and
I imagine you probably didn't fight back.
I didn't.
much,
I actually
yeah.
I cried. So there you go. That's
Yeah.
I don't know how old I was.
You're like,
I was
there you
probably
go.
like,
There's my camping story. Are you happy, Nate?
Yeah, I
Are
was
you
like,
happy
hey,
I had to bring
thanks
that
for
up?
bringing that up, Nate. Wonderful memories.
I'm so sorry, man.
No, but I went to some other camps after that.
Oh,
that
and it was okay.
Oh,
yeah.
and the counselor. I forgot the counselor was a jerk. So like you go to camp, your parents send you to camp, and they like they give you like money that's set aside so that you can like spend it at the snack shack and stuff.
Yeah.
So my counselor was like,
No.
I'm only letting you guys go to the snack shack if you each buy me something.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You're like, but we only have so much.
Right.
I'm not going to be able to get Reese's Pieces and Sweet Tarts.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So we each had to buy him
The
something
juice.
in order to exercise
Dude.
our right to go to the freaking
Dude, he's
snack
like a
shack.
mob boss.
Yeah.
Like you had to pay tribute.
The whole
you had
thing.
to pay candy tribute to
And
your
I still
your
didn't even
counselor.
get protection from the little guy.
I was going to say, his protection was worthless.
It's worthless,
like,
yeah.
It's like, thanks for the candy, and I'm trying to make
Well, my
it on
Kit
your
Kat
own.
back. Yeah. So
Where's
no, but
my-
I did go to some other camps that were
You're going to give me half of everything you got.
mostly positive experiences. So,
Mostly, dude, it's a miracle you even like agreed to go back to camp after.
I went to a weird like hyper spiritual one at one point. That,
Oh,
like,
did I?
it wasn't like hyper spiritual, but it was like
They
definitely
had snakes
It
and-
was Pentecostal, and yeah, the whole like sticking my hand into the snake pit was
into
a little.
a snake pit.
No, they actually did do this thing where they were like basically trying to tell everyone
Oh dear.
that we're gonna just like get everybody the gift of tongues tonight. Yeah. So for those of you not in the know, the gift of tongues is a very like hyper spiritual thing that like
Yes.
in the New Testament it was something that was given to the apostles, and many churches today carry that on, and there's some different beliefs on it. There's some belief that like some people can have this gift where you're basically given the spiritual gift of being able to speak in this other language. And some denominations say that like if take it to the extreme where like everybody who's a true Christian will get the gift of tongues, and if you don't, you're not a true Christian.
Oh, wow.
And so they didn't specifically say that.
So much for the idea of spiritual gifts.
Right.
It's like...
It's a gift, and if you don't have it, you're going to hell.
We're just going to throw Romans right out.
So that was a weird experience where just like everybody was supposed to get the gift of tongues. And I'm like,
dude, are you telling me they made people feel bad if they didn't speak what they thought was
It wasn't like they didn't
tongues?
like specifically say you're a bad person if you don't have it.
Were you looking around at your fellow campers like, dude, are you going to just start like talking, like, are we supposed to just start making stuff up?
Yeah.
Dude, that's horrible to do for a kid, man.
It's terrible.
That is the most terrifying thing.
Because then you just feel like,
dude, what the heck, man?
You either like start questioning things at least. Like you're like, okay, am I even saved?
Dude,
at this
do your
point?
parents listen to this? Did they find out what these
they
people
found out
did?
after,
And
they were like, oh yeah,
were they feeling bad? They're like, well, maybe you're not a Christian, Chris.
No, that wasn't a belief my parents had. That just happened to be the belief at that. That's
terrible,
camp.
man.
Yeah. How about you? Let's hear your camp experiences. Mine are apparently
I have
traumatic.
nothing. I have nothing like that, man. I remember one time though. Me and my buddy David. We went to a Christian camp together. And they had this nighttime like flashlight tag, or not flashlight tag. It was kind of like this weird version of tag where you had to join people's like groups if they tagged you, and then like you had to hide and seek or something, as far as that goes.
Yeah.
So we just hid, and we chose a really crappy hiding spot beside the side of this teepee, because of course that was when you could all stay in teepees and progressive groups wouldn't get mad. And so we just sat there just in the dark and just waiting. And it's like, oh, nobody's ever going to find us. And so of course somebody finds us like 5 minutes later, like this whole group and stuff. And so one of my proudest moments was I was super into Star Wars and this kid's like, okay, you got to join our group. And I basically tried to Jedi mind trick him. It was just like, we don't need to join your group. And he's like, no, you need to, like, that's the rules. And I'm like, those aren't the rules. He's just like, I basically took everything that he was saying to me and just said it back matter of fact. Like I was a total jerk. It was basically me just saying, I don't acknowledge that you guys caught us. And my friend David's looking at me like, dude, we got to do. I'm like, no. No. I basically look back at this kid that's just in complete bewilderment, the leader of this group. And I'm just like, you can keep on going. We're not.
Some people call that Jedi mind tricks. Others call it gaslighting.
Other people call it gaslighting and manipulation. But whatever. It worked. And we were some of the winners of the game. So... And we all joined back at the campfire and sang Pharaoh, Pharaoh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So anyway, let's hear it for camp, everyone.
All right.
Yeah. Have fun, Noah.
That's good. Alrighty.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
All right, I'm going to tell you about the Untold Podcast. It is a speculative fiction podcast utilizing the genres of sci-fi, fantasy, and horror, among others, in order to engage the culture's imagination from a Christian worldview. Every month, Nathan James Norman produces and narrates a new story presented in a unique and dynamic way. Check out the Untold Podcast at www.untoldpodcast.com to listen and leave them a review on Apple Podcasts.
The Social Net Jerk.
All right, this is the part of the show where we find people on the internet kind of making fools of themselves, or just people with dumb thoughts, kind of, you know?
Dumb illustrations in this case.
Sometimes it's just dumb things on the internet is really, really what this is all about.
Yet people feel compelled to share.
Yes, and we've always got a plethora of things going on here, and so here we go. Let's pull up this first one. All right, so you want to
for our listening audience? Oh, you want me to do the honors? You got two photos side by side. One is labeled Black Dinner. It has a black woman holding a phone, taking a picture of her dinner. It's just a bowl of a various assortment of things to eat. And that apparently is a black dinner. I can't see what's on her phone. I'm not sure if we're supposed to see what's
No, she's just taking a picture of it. So
okay. And then right next to that is white dinner. And you guessed it, there is a white woman holding her camera, same exact pose as the black woman, and she's taking a picture of her dinner. I guess I say that with a huge question mark, because what is in front of her is a bowl with a black infant just chilling in it, just laying in it, and printed on the side of the bowl is the word oppression.
Oppression. Wow.
I admit I'm stupid, and I don't. So I kind of missed the message to this. Oh, I'm sorry. Above the picture is just the word apologize.
Yes.
I should have mentioned that.
That's a caption. This was posted.
So this is definitely a make you think illustration. What am I missing, Cowan? What am I not picking up? What's the symbolism here that I'm missing?
I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Black people eat Chinese food with chopsticks.
Okay.
And a mixed drink.
Right.
For their dinner. And white people eat black babies in a bowl of oppression for their dinner.
Okay. All right. So it's really that cut and dry.
It's very cut and dry.
Okay.
Now, we actually had some. So I shared this to the Stunning and Brave Autonomous Zone.
Yes, you did.
Which is our Facebook group for our listener community. Great group there. A couple weirdos, but that's mostly just Nate and me.
To be expected.
And so if you're interested in joining, make sure you do that. Stunning and Brave Autonomous Zone, or SBAZ. We need to come up with an easier name than that. It's kind of... Anyway, so that's our Facebook group. Feel free to join and participate. And so we actually had some detectives in the group.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I forgot about that.
One of our listeners, I think it was Chris, tracked down that there was actually... This is a edit of an original image, which was actually about something else. Somebody else edited it to make it about... oppression by the white people.
Wow.
But so there's so much to unpack, and yet so little.
So right. Yeah. Just when you think it's just really full of complicated symbolism, it really isn't. It's just...
But basically...
It made sense to somebody.
Yeah.
Whoever created it.
The black, basically they're just saying white people are oppressors and they live off of black babies, I guess, or something. So I guess that's true if those white people are at Planned Parenthood, but other than that, yep, I went there. I love that the caption is just apologize, and it's just like, what? Who are you talking to? Like, I literally can't remember the last time I ate a black baby for dinner.
It's been a long time.
It's
been a real long time.
Been a while.
So much so that I can't remember either.
I know. I don't know that I need to apologize.
Has it ever
for that,
happened?
Because it just seems like it was probably so long ago.
Yeah.
And then I just have to point out that the black lady is culturally appropriating from Asian culture, because what's on her, in her bowl, she's got chopsticks there. Which
That's
is clearly,
true.
Clearly,
if she didn't want to culturally
so
appropriate, she would have used a fork.
shouldn't have done it. But the important thing is apologize for oppressively eating black babies. Okay?
I do every day.
All right. Eat or apologize?
For the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
You choose.
Just blanket apology.
You choose.
I think that's good.
This meme creator just chose, so you choose.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, this next one. This is just like a freaking, I don't know, like a Christian. I love Christian boomer memes.
Yes. It's so great because you can, just by looking at them, you instantly know the age group.
Yeah.
That this is supposed to appeal to,
right,
or draw to. Yeah.
Yeah. It's clearly not aimed at, millennials or zennials.
I would think
clearly aimed at some kind of hyper religious boomer. And so what this is it's an image of someone holding a cross in their hand and holding it up to Joe Biden's face. And Joe Biden responds by his flesh burning off at the side of this cross.
Yeah, I'd say by the illustration,
like a vampire.
He's like on stage 1 of the scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, like with the ghosts that are coming out of the ark and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like the first 5 seconds of that, basically. Things are starting to sizzle, things are starting to melt, and he is turning into apparently his true form.
Yeah, it's very much like if you hold a cross up to a vampire, their face starts to burn or something.
Yeah.
And then the caption is great. It says, "I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. Back to hell, you demon-crat."
Oh, demon-crat.
That's never not clever.
That is the final nail right there.
Never not clever. So
wow.
I don't know if I have much to add. Obviously, this is an accurate portrayal of Joe Biden and all the Democrats. So
yeah, no, I think I've seen actual footage of this.
Yeah, I think this is I got, it's really profound, really deep. Really just like
it really
presents this nugget of wisdom that I think we can all apply.
All
to
I
our
know
lives.
is that when it comes to the left, this is really going to change some hearts. I think.
I think so.
I think this is that, like, you always wonder, like, what's a meme that would really change hearts and minds out there? This is it. This is. I don't see any Democrats, any leftists ever getting angry at this meme.
Yeah, I think this. This is the kind of rhetoric that's really helpful in the national discussion. I think it's really.
Thank you.
Really going to help bring us together.
Thank you, boomers.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. How do I know? I just know.
All right. So this next one is it's actually a video.
Ooh, love it.
And obviously we have audio listeners and we also have YouTube viewers. And so we'll just have to describe this
how do you?
For our we'll just have to describe this for our listeners as it goes along, because it is something else.
It really is.
So for context,
glorious.
This was shared actually by an Instagram page called Christian Nightmares, and there's some gems.
You belong to the best pages.
Page. All right, here we go. All right, so we see Jesus, and then we see this crazy, like, clay mannequin thing, like, misshapen, full-size body, with, like, no, like, detailed features, and he's, like, kind of pushing and massaging the clay face with his hands, kind of sensually, and then you start to see, like, more detailed form. And Jesus is just looking in pride at this clay sculpture. And he's just so happy and, like, sensually massaging the details. And then he just breathes and this magical ray comes. And all of a sudden this brown clay person turns into...
Well, I think Latina. I don't know. I don't know.
maybe Latina, maybe white. It's hard. Yeah, that's the curly hair.
I don't know. A harmless white person. He turns into a harmless white person.
It's just the cringiest thing ever. It's so bad.
You have to illustrate too that Jesus looks just like Kenny Loggins in his 80s heyday.
Yeah.
And he is in a jungle, which I'm assuming is representing the Garden of Eden, apparently.
Yeah.
And and the way it's filmed, just when they cut to the weird clay mannequin sort of thing, thankfully it's from the waist up. And and they don't show all the time that God spent on the lower half and whether or not he did this poor guy any favors. It's like, did he take an extra scoop of the molding clay, or did he just keep keeping on?
Yeah. Oh man, that was. That's the kind of thing where it's like I could see maybe how they could have in the development phase thought, okay, this is a cool idea, like God in theory, sculpting man out of the clay, like in the creation.
No, I mean if you had a $5 million budget at ILM, you might be able to do some justice to that concept, a very ethereal sort of thing, but
just like
man, is
hands-on.
It weird. Just really massaging.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. You would think somewhere in the actual production process, or like in the post-production process, somebody somewhere should have been like, guys, what is this? Why are we doing this? Why does it look so creepy?
What is this?
We can't show this to anyone.
We got to scrap it, guys. I'm sorry. We got to scrap it. Dude, this is like
sensual.
If you ever grew up and you ever like visited like one of those like vineyard churches or something where they're like, I even forget like the denomination. This is something that they would play on the screens in the 80s while worship is being sung, just to kind of reinforce the worship service. And parents would kind of glance at each other like, this is weird, right? Like this is, but it had to have been made. It had to have been made at least 30 years ago.
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
Come on. You know when this was made?
I don't know exactly when this was made, but there's certain telltale signs where I'm pretty sure whoever had the budget to make this, it was clearly not any real budget involved.
Right.
There's just a couple signs with the limited special effects that are involved. I would say it was made within the last 15 years.
Get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
If this was made in 2007, I'm going to cry.
I would say it was probably more recent if I were to guess, but I don't know for sure. But it looks like
all right.
It looks like someone with a low budget.
Okay.
Thought they did a thing.
Because okay, all right, fair enough. This looks like it just cleared the 1990 bar as far as what computers were capable of, and somebody kind of patched that together. But no, okay, all right, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Either way.
Oh, that's sad.
It doesn't make it better either way. Like, no. Like you can't just be like, well, it was the 80s, and so like they're therefore absolved from all atrocities. Like, no, this is. It was,
and look, to be fair, the only thing this video got right was the fact that they made Jesus white. So, that's
for sure. That's historically accurate.
At least you got that right,
Thanks for that. I'm going to get some emails now, some angry emails.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I don't read them, so.
Actually, I love, that's actually funny, though, because I love, like, there's this weird thing where, like, the number of people who actually think Jesus was white, it's a very small percentage, and I'm pretty sure most of them are Mormons. But the number of people who think that it's, like, a big gotcha to be like, oh, you guys think Jesus is white, but actually is Middle Eastern, so he's not white. It's like,
Gotcha.
Oh, you got me so good. I had no idea.
Oh, I'm going to rethink my life.
Jesus isn't white? I wish somebody would have told me. That changes absolutely nothing. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's move on to our final segment.
Ugh, that's problematic.
All right. And as always, this is the part of the show where we, as we teased at the beginning, we have a problematic topic, and that is tater tots. And as always, we like to put it out there to the stunning and brave autonomous zone and see what our listeners, our community, has to say. Why are tater tots problematic? Let's see. John says tater tots are made from potatoes. We all know potatoes come from Ireland, a land of white men.
Oh, man.
Potatoes have been used by white people to subjugate and oppress BIPOCs for years.
Wow.
We must end this madness and start eating a much less problematic food. Watermelon. Okay.
Welcome to the group, new member John. See, he wanted to come into the group guns blazing, and he definitely did. Let's see. Robert said, "Do they want to be born? Are they being gendered apart from their own sovereign will? Do their parents have enough money to keep them over the poverty level? We need more information. Also, tater tot is a hurtful patriarchal designation. They prefer to be called potato children."
Potato children. I just lost you, Nate. Your
oh
webcam
no,
just
I'm
went
lost.
down.
How's my audio? Is that?
I think your audio should be fine.
Your camera's like, no, you know what? This guy is too repulsive. I'm just gonna shut off.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to.
You're gonna have to wing this.
Switch over to the Chris Cowan show.
To the Chris Cowan.
I just lost you.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Tell me that wasn't planned. Tell me that wasn't in your grand
know why
design.
I lost the.
Oh no! I guess the camera just has to be on me entirely.
I guess it's just me now.
Oh, okay.
So hello,
All everybody.
Right. Well, I don't know. The camera's.
That's okay. We're only talking about tater tots at this point, so
Okay.
it's we got the parts that count. You know. It's,
Okay. All right. Chris says, and he accents it with lots of hand clapping.
Lots of hand claps, as you have to.
They are the fuel of white supremacy. Look at all the white children who will only eat tartar tots. Is that because they are young supremacists in the making?
I think so.
Yes, yells in liberal.
Clap, 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 clap.
Well
Nice.
said.
Nice. I like John's follow-up. The brown outside is cut open to reveal a white inside, which tells us everything we need to know about race in this country. Whites infiltrate brown spaces. It's basically what he
That's awesome.
is the final.
Michael says tater tot is a slang term for parents that decide the gender of their baby.
No. Well, we've recently found out that's bad.
That's bad. That's a bad thing.
Yeah. Like Jeremy just straight up. Honestly, it's the carbs. They are intolerant of my diabetes.
So true.
Oh my
so true.
gosh.
Well, there you have it. Tater tots are clearly problematic.
Yeah. I'll tell you why they're problematic.
Why?
Because I can't eat just 30 of them.
Oof. That is true. Tater tots.
Dude.
Man.
It's like, it's kind of mandatory that there has to be a pile of tater tots, like, and you can just put so many delicious. I really want tater tots right now.
Okay, so
cheddar bacon.
Isn't it
sour
funny, like
cream.
looking back on the things that as a kid were just like, oh my gosh, if we get tater tots tonight,
oh yeah,
like that's all I need in life.
That's
the best thing
my
ever.
Life's
best news
my
ever.
life's quest.
You tell me Disneyland in a week, tater tots today. I'm choosing tater tots today.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
dude. That was joy right there.
Right there.
That
and
was
now as an adult, you're just like,
that was
tater tots are like nothing. Like, I mean, not that you don't enjoy them, but it's just like they're so easy to
They're
come
a fried
by.
thing.
They're not.
But I tell you what, you know, tater tots are made. It's not like I'm not gonna pass them up if I can help it. I'm gonna be like, oh, remember when I was obsessed with these with the kids? Let me help. Can I have some, please?
Yeah.
Can I have some of these? All of them, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're pretty delicious.
They are. All right. Well, we are out of time, and I've lost I haven't lost my co-host.
Oh,
but
gee, thanks a lot.
A disembodied voice.
You can freaking see me across the desk.
I can. Yeah, but our YouTube viewers can't see you. And they matter. Okay.
Guess we better do the whole thing.
Audio
over
listeners
again.
couldn't see you anyway, so it means nothing to them.
It means
I lost
nothing.
You.
Let's just say I've enjoyed a lot of tater tots. It's a good thing the camera cut out.
Now I need tater tots. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us once again for another edition of Stunning and Brave. You're all beautiful people. I just want you to know that, and I want to thank you for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
If you're not telling everyone about this show, you're probably a potophobe and a Nazi. Don't be a potophobe. Tell your friends and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you subscribe.